All right, thanks, Chloe. And the citizens of Palm Springs bidding a fond farewell to one of its most honored residents. Cheeta the Chimp, best known as Tarzan's sidekick from the silver screen, has passed away. Steve Summerall has more in tonight's Our Desert Past.
Well, we all know what that sound means. Tarzan is calling out for help from all of his jungle friends. The first to respond, of course, is his furry sidekick, Cheeta the Chimp. The character of Tarzan was introduced to the world through the literary works of Edgar Rice Burroughs, beginning in 1912. Cheeta, however, was never mentioned in any of Burroughs' stories. Tarzan's chimpanzee pal was the creation of Hollywood writers, making his debut in the first Tarzan film, Tarzan the Ape Man, with Johnny Weissmuller in 1932. During the production of the original Tarzan films, multiple chimpanzees have taken on the role of Cheeta. Several chimps were on hand during each film shoot, and each specific chimp would be called on to perform whatever specific task he or she would be trained to do, be it backflips, picking up things, or performing music?
Why don't you stop this racket, Cheeta? You'll never be a musician.
Some of the chimps for these films were provided by an animal trainer named Tony Gentry.
My uncle had 3 chimps. They were all cheetahs and from the Tarzan pictures.
One of these chimps is Jigs 4, named after Jigs, the first chimp to appear as Cheeta. Jigs 4 is more commonly just referred to as Cheeta.
My uncle was really good with Cheetah, but it wasn't a normal life for the animals to be in the motion picture business.
And let's be clear, the motion picture business wasn't easy for chimpanzees, especially the traumatic way they were introduced to it.
His mother was most likely murdered to bring him in to put him in show business. The zoos and the circuses back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, we need 10 baby chimps. How they got him, they killed the parents and pulled the babies off the parents. And 99.9%, I'm sure that's what happened to Cheetah's mother. They probably pulled Cheetah as a baby off his dead mother's body, and that was horrible because it was all for money. It was in my uncle's will to have Cheetah put to sleep when my uncle passed because he was afraid he'd be mistreated or go to research or to a roadside zoo or whatever, and he was adamant that he didn't want that because they were such good friends, and it's like his son, his own son. And so it took me 2 years to talk him out of it, and he agreed to let me bring Cheetah down here.
So, in 1991, following the death of Tony Gentry, Dan Westfall became the caretaker for Cheeta the Chimp at his home in Palm Springs. Casa de Cheeta, for a time, was a refuge for exotic animals.
Here at my facility, I had orangutans, I had baboons, I had all different kinds of monkeys throughout the year.
Dan recalls Cheetah's immediate reaction upon reaching Palm Springs.
But working chimps back in that era, they kept them confined so they could keep control on them. So Cheeta was so excited the day I brought him down, and I gave him a blanket, and he went out in the larger part of the cage facility and spread the blanket all out on the floor. He was so excited because he was in a place, it was so big to him.
Besides Cheeta, you've had other members of his family as well.
Yeah, Jeter, his grandson, he now lives in Florida at a nice big sanctuary. Jeter's 34 now.
And Susie, seen here with Jackie Gleason in the 1969 film How to Commit Marriage.
He steps into it every time, doesn't he, Mildred?
She was wonderful, and I did an act with her. I was in the Palm Springs Follies for like 11 seasons, but Susie and Jeter was in the show with me the first year, and then the 4th year I brought Jeter back in the Follies.
Later in life, Cheeta discovered a new passion, art.
He became an artist after he moved here, and his paintings hang in like 30 countries around the world. Steven Spielberg has one of his paintings. Carol Channing had a painting. Several celebrities had his painting. K-Star. His paintings hung in the National Museum in London, Trafalgar Square.
The money raised from Cheeta's art went towards a nonprofit to help primate-based charities. In 1995, Cheeta was honored with a star on the Palm Springs Walk of Stars. Dan Westfall's star sits alongside it. Cheeta has been recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as being the world's oldest living primate. And this may be true. However, no one's certain as to just how old Cheeta actually was.
For a long time, I thought I knew his age because my uncle stretched the truth. My uncle was typically Hollywood. You keep everything in Hollywood, you know. So now I don't really know his age. According to Guinness, he has it hanging on the wall here. He's like 87 years old. I don't believe he's that old. I don't know.
Further confusing the issue were worldwide reports of Cheetah's death in 2011 at the age of 79. This was a different chimp living in Florida who may have swung with Tarzan as well. Dan addressed the issue at the time.
Media's putting out that they're showing pictures of me and my chimp, my cheetah, around the world, not only in the United States, around the world, that he's the one that passed away and isn't, because there were many chimps that played cheetah.
Toward the end of his life, Cheetah was dealing with diabetes and arthritis. One morning, Cheetah appeared to have suffered a stroke, which affected his ability to eat and move. Dan made the difficult decision to have his friend euthanized. Cheetah the chimp died on May 3rd, 2022.
31 years, and I never left his side, basically. I was with him every day for 31 years, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I took good care of him. He learned to love me, and I loved him so much, you know, and it's a big loss. He's the ambassador for all the chimps who played in the Tarzan pictures, and his actual age and history on him will always be a Hollywood mystery. But the world is a less wonderful place without my cheetah.
For our Desert Past, Steve Summerall, NBC Palm Springs, News First.